All right, guys, the moment you've been waiting for, the Ferris 61-inch with the oil guard on it. So we're gonna get this one done. We cut it at 4 inches and show you what this bad boy will do. I'm pretty excited. It's my pretty much my first actual week using this. So I used it on a couple properties last week, but this is the first actual week of using it all week. So here we go. We're gonna get this done, knocked out, and move on here. So let's roll with it.
Knowing he was holy no matter what the situation, but they longed for him. They yearned for him. They waited for him on the edge of their seats, on the edge of where excitement and containment meet. They waited. Like a child watches out the window for their father to return from work, they waited. Like a groom stares at the double doors at the back of the church, they waited. And in their waiting they had hope. Hope that was fully pledged to a God they had not seen. To a God who had promised a king who would reign over the enemy, over Satan's tyranny. They waited. And so it was centuries of expectations with various combinations of differing schools of thought. Some people expecting a political king who would rise to the throne through the wars that he fought, while others expecting a priest who would restore peace through the penetration of the Pharisees' facade. Yet a baby, 100% human, 100% God. And so the Word became flesh and was here to dwell among us in his fullness, grace upon grace, Jesus. You see, through him and for him all things were created, and in him all things are sustained. God had made himself known for the glory of his name, and this child would one day rise as king, but it would not be by the sword or an insurgent regime, it would be by his life. A life that would revolutionize everything the world knew. He would endure temptation and persecution, all while staying true, humbly healing the broken, the sick and hurting too, ministering reconciliation, turning the old to new. A life that would be the very definition of what life really costs, saying, if you desire life, then your current one must be lost. And he would portray that with his own life as his Father would pour out and exhaust, and he would be obedient to the point of death, even death upon a cross. And so just 33 years after the day that he laid swaddled in the hay, he hung on a tree, suffocating, dying in our place, absorbing wrath that is rightly ours, but we could never bear the weight. And so he took that punishment and he put it in the grave, and he died. And when I say that he died, what I mean is that he died. No breath, no heartbeat, no sign of life. You see, God is a God of justice, and the penalty for our sin equals death. That's what Christ did on that cross. And then, just 3 days later, in accordance with the scriptures, he was raised from the grave. And when I say that he was raised, what I mean is that he was raised. Lungs breathing, heart pumping, blood pulsing through his veins. The things that he promised were true. He is the risen Son of God, offering life to me and you, turning our mourning into dancing, our weeping into laughing, our sadness into joy. By his mercy we are called his own. By his grace we will never be left alone. By So now we, as his bride, are the ones waiting. Like the saints that came before, we're anticipating. He has shown us that this world is fading, and he has caused our desire to be for him. And so, church, stay ready. Keep your heart focused and your eyes steady. Worship him freely, never forgetting his great love for you. Emmanuel, God with us.
One thing I want to say about this is, if you remember the right, how it dispersed the clippings, this is with the chute down. So if I put it up, it would disperse better, but this is even wet, as you can tell. And the 3-acre or the 2-acre we did was completely dry. So when this still disperses the clippings where I really don't have to go back over it. So this is another thing that stood out to me with the Ferris, was the way it dispersed grass and the way it cut it. And we're cutting way more off of this than we was that 2-acre by an inch at least, if not a little more. This is pretty tall compared to the 2-acre was. But so let's move on here and get this cut. And I missed a spot right there. I missed a spot. Boo. So I'll go back over that, but let's finish this cut out and move on.
Drive on the wrong side, just live while I can.
All right, so I'm gonna tell you the one thing that just drives me nuts about this is this platform holds the crap out of grass. I don't know why. It just holds the living fire out of grass. And as you can tell, it's pretty wet still. So for this to be a wet lawn and the way it cut and taller, it just amazed me how well it cut compared to the right. The right, you seen in the video, kind of windrowed it or something, and this, even with the flap up, the flat down, whatever, it don't do that. So I don't know, you know, if it's discharge is different, what the case may be, but there was a lot that stood out on this mower that made me just want to buy it. So got the Z-Master sewed and went and just paid this off, so it's paid off now. And you know, hopefully we like it. So far so good. But thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks.